ROM Season 3, it's the Monaco Grand Prix. We are at the beginning of qualifying, and the first drivers are just looking like they want to get their laps started now. I think pretty much everyone is on track, just one McLaren in the pits, that's Lucky Lambert, as Maitland now runs up to the line to start his first flying lap of the day. I think those yellow flags are just cars slowing down, getting ready to let others go, get themselves some space that they need to start their laps here in Monaco. A very short lap, and traffic can often be a problem here. To make them look a bit understeery there through Massenet, just not able to get the nose in. The traffic gets out of the way there. I think that was his teammate. D-Money is now Maitland. Oh, just taps the barrier there. Hopefully that's not given him any damage as he now runs through the Lowe's hairpin and on into Portier. Not a track you want to be picking up wing damage, that is for sure. Monaco, probably the most important circuit on the calendar for just keeping your front wing and not getting damaged, as Maitland now breaks downhill for the Nouvelle chicane. Yep, abuses track limits nicely, as you have to there. And now this has got to be a really committed section of track here. First through to back, the swimming pool chicane. A little bit twitchy at the back end, but all under control. Abuse the curbs. Oh, very twitchy, but again, just keeps it under control. Big lock up into Rascasse, gets the car rotated through there. Final corner, and then driving to the line. DRS open. Only DRS zone on the circuit, and Maitland will set the first time of the day, a 109.9, and that's a pretty decent time for the Williams driver. Celtic, though, instantly beats it, a 109.6. Then we have Dacey. Nope, not Dacey to the line. It was somebody else starting their lap. Dacey, oh, that we're going to see that a few times, I think. Dacey just clipped the inside wall at Rascasse and spun his car around. Somerville goes P3 at 111.4 for him. Ferrari driver will be hoping for a bit better than that. Westons puts his car P3 as B Ford. Of course he has. Puts it on pole by 0.8 of a second. P1 on 108.8. Group has invalidated. Wait, Yanni to the line. Also now DRS open, and he drives to the line. What can it be for his first lap of the day? It's P3, just behind his teammate, 109.8, a second off the provisional pole time though. Who else is on a flyer? Some the order, that's Drazzy into P2. Nicely done. Here comes Lawn, goes P6. Poob is on a flyer once again, and purple in the first sector. Good stuff so far for Poob. Dinger's D-Money is coming through the final corner now. What can he do for his opening lap of the session? We've got 13 minutes to go, of course, so these laps will not be the final times, but it's P6, a 110 dead for D-Money. Lucky Lambert on a flyer. Poob continues to push on. Not anymore, he doesn't, because he invalidates his lap. I watched him do that. We literally clicked onto him and he invalidated. I mean, what more do you expect? It's me. I bring the commentator's curse everywhere I go. It would be even worse if we had Rich here with me. Oh, Poob, keep it in a straight line. I don't want to see you spinning into the wall so early. Nobody's crashed out so far. I know we're only like 5 minutes in, but Monaco, short qualifying, you normally see somebody go within the first few minutes. Lambert back on the the power. Come on, speak English. Final corner for the McLaren driver as he now pushes up to the line. What can he do? It was P13 without a time. Goes to P10, a 114.0. I doubt that's a representative time from him then. Just jumped up to 15 runners. Because Lewis is here now for Haas. 15 runners now for the Monaco Grand Prix. Nice. Here we go then, Dacey. Show us what you got. Driving for Red Bull. Red Bull, we've seen them win today, haven't we? Max Verstappen wins the Dutch Grand Prix. First Red Bull driver to win their home Grand Prix. Since 2013, Sebastian Vettel winning the German Grand Prix, the first Dutch driver to win their home race. Apparently the first Dutch driver to get... Oh, crash for Red Bull. They see the barrier, broken front wing, but he can continue on. He'll make his way back to the pits. I was saying, first time a Dutch driver got into the top 5 at his home Grand Prix, but was interrupted by Dacey making his trip to the barriers. That's our first trip to the barriers we've seen, haven't we? Like, properly to damage the car. I don't think it'll be the last either. Nice of Lewis there. Who else have we got flying? Weston's has invalidated. Nice. Lewis, Dacey, we know, is going back to the pits. Yellow flag. That's a Ferrari just getting out of the way. Yeah, Tommy Real just getting out the way of the car behind. That was the Mercedes of James, or B4. Was B4. B4 was not on a flyer. Let's follow his teammate though. ROM James, perhaps, as he now begins his first flying lap of the session. Might actually be his second. He probably just invalidated this first one. Everybody's on the softs. Oh, on the softs as far as I can tell. More yellow flags, just people letting each other through. Yep, soft tyres for everyone. That's why I've not got the tyre graphic up, because there's no information on it for you really, other than everybody's being boring and doing the right thing. I wouldn't qualify on the mediums here. I'd be giving it soft tyre, because you can do the one stop. Soft to medium is possible. If not, do a soft to hard, but soft to medium is doable, so you should probably do that. The Mercedes down into the Nouvelle chicane. Clip the wall on the inside. Had to make an adjustment there to make sure he didn't. Will have cost him some time. Now swings it through to back. How committed will he be through the chicane? Lift of the throttle. I think you have to do that on this game, don't you? Or are the esports drivers keeping it flat? It's a lot harder, this circuit on this game, I found. I liked Monaco last game. This game, it's just horrendous to drive. James runs up to the line. He's actually got a Williams right behind him, perhaps looking for a slipstream on the run to the first corner. Oh no, that was actually Maitland on a flying lap. He managed to catch James on his fly. James went P10 on a 110.7. Maitland, provisional pole, a 108.8. Virtually matching the time of B Ford. He's probably on a lap. Should we have a look? Here he comes, up to the line. He's going to go provisional pole here. And he does, quite comfortably, by 0.6 of a second. It's B Ford back on provisional pole. Here's your other bet for pole potentially. It's Drazzy, who's just clipped the wall there. Only improving by a 100th of a second going into the final sector. See what he can do as he now rounds the final corner. Picks up the throttle and driving to the line in the most important qualifying session of the season. Runs across it now and maintains P3. Does improve his time to a 108.8. Very closely matching Maitland, but not able to get ahead of the Williams driver. Westons has jumped to P6. Celtic has just put himself up in a second place. Good time there for ROM Celtic. 108.7, still half a second off B Ford, who seems to be in a bit of a league of his own at the moment. Stop being so boring. Be a bit slower, or everyone else be a bit quicker. One of the two, preferably. Drazzy, I think he might be pushing again, but he's not improving his time out of Sector 1. What will he be going into the final sector? Purple middle sector, but he's not improving on his personal best. Just lost too much in the first sector, so unless he pulls off a masterclass of the final sector, don't expect to see him jumping up anywhere, and he aborts the lap, pulls into pit lane. D-Money's on a flyer. Weston's coming back to the pits. Mr. Lawn's invalid. Stacey, are you flying? Yes, Stacey is flying. We saw him hit the wall on his first attempt. What can he do for his second? Oh, tap of the barrier once again and back into pit lane. Just a bit too deep into Raskas, and that is ultimately what cost him there. We will switch to Lawn though, who invalidated, so maybe we won't switch to Lawn. Maybe we'll go for Dinger's D-Money, who has not yet invalidated, and they're still pushing on. I believe he was our pole sitter last time out. Spanish Grand Prix, yeah. 2 weeks ago. We had a week off. We didn't race last weekend because of the delays. The real-life Belgian Grand Prix, which was the biggest disappointment since CSR Skills told me he couldn't commentate with me today. D-Money, P5, and Lambert has stacked it in a barrier. Nicely done. I imagine what he's done there is turned in too soon for the Nouvelle Chicane. Clipped his inside tyre, and that is his qualifying over. He's at absolute best. Going to be starting P8 for this one. You can see the stricken McLaren despawn there. Nice. Vanish right before your eyes, because the marshals are magic in Monaco. Always a special venue. Lawn, flying. Purple in the middle sector, 3/10 up. His personal best. He's only on for a 1:10.2, which might put him about level with Lambert. Let's have a look then. What will it be out of the final corner? Yep, P8, a 1:10 flat in the end. Improved his lap by 4/10. Lewis is yet to, still yet to set time. He clips the wall coming out of the Nouvelle Chicane there. He's now going to get right out the way of the Aston Martin behind him. That is Weston's. Shall we have a look and see if Weston's is on a flyer? Yeah, let's have a look. I think he might be. Might not be actually. No. Weston's into pit lane. Slowing down. Lewis looking to go again. Did he not get damaged from that contact with the wall? Not. Pez. Oh, interesting. We have got a medium tyre. And it's Pez. He's the only one to have mediums fitted. That's risky. It's not one I would do. I don't think there's enough advantage to be found by taking all these sets of medium tyres. But let's see then. What's he going to do? Rear end gets a bit loose through the Nouvelle Chicane. You'd expect that he'll have less grip on this set of tyres than everybody else, because it is a harder compound, and that's just how tyres work for you. Oh, lovely smack of the barrier there. As it continues on, he's going to complete this lap. He has yet to set a time in the session. He's going to set one now though, as he drives to the line, late opening the DRS there. I don't expect he's going to go too far up the order. A 109.2 on the mediums, with hitting the barrier. That is impressive. P5 for Pez. Good lap. Final 3.5 minutes of qualifying then, and Tommy Real, P8, is on a flyer, I do believe. Not anymore, he's not. That would be Tommy Real's qualifying over. That's exactly what Lucky Lambert would have done. Just turns in too soon, smacks the barrier, and that is his session complete at absolute best. He's P8, Lucky Lambert down to P11 after his crash. Is that Dacey next to come through? Yep, Dacey still yet to set a time in his Red Bull. Very nearly cut the corner there and invalidated, but he just kept it within track limits. Nicely done. Now through to back, maximum commitment, as this may well be his final lap of the session. 2.5 minutes to go here, and he is pushing it. Doesn't smack the barrier this time as he comes now into Raskas. Keeps it tucked in tightly. Flicked the back end round there. Got the rotation he needed. Oh, very twitchy out the final corner. Don't want to be sliding too much, especially not in race conditions. But Dacey does put a time on the board. It's good enough for P6. 109.3 next to the line. We're looking at a Ferrari. That should be Poob, I do believe, who is P14 at 110.9. Or Celtic, who just crossed the line for P2, improved his lap by 0.8 of a second. Or was that Celtic just starting a lap? I think he may well have been just starting. He's looking to challenge for pole position here. Currently 0.5 off. We'll see if he has enough in him. We have AlphaTauri. That will be not on a flyer. It was Drazzy coming to the end of the flyer. Nope, no, he is not. Who's next to the line then? It's going to be Dacey? Or is it Pez? It is Pez next to the line on his medium tyre still. Continuing on that tyre. Somebody else just binned it at the Nouvelle Chicane, or are they just letting traffic go? I think it might be the latter of those two. Pez is swinging it through Raskas, still on the medium tyres. The only driver to go on this strategy. What can he do as he now runs to the line? stays P5, improved his lap by half a tenth, but not enough. Poob next to the line, jumps up to P11. 1 minute left in the session, but I don't think he's going to get round for another lap. Dacey next to the line, maintains P6. He's just starting his final flyer. Oh, lovely tap of the wall there for Pez as he continues on pushing. B4 now, I do believe, starting his final flyer. We've got cars coming to the line. I'm probably going to miss a few, so I do apologise about that. D-Money to the line. Stays P7. Drassi goes P2. Good stuff there for Drazzy. Who's next? Is that Lorne coming to the line. For Renault, for Alpine, not Renault. P12 cannot move himself any further up the grid. Is that Celtic next? No, it's not Celtic. It's going to be Yanni who is going to the line there. Stays 10th for the time being. Next up is a Red Bull. No. Decorous Smates doesn't improve his lap because he's got no front wing. That's not helpful. I would recommend having a front wing from Monaco personally. Pez pulls into pit lane. He will not improve. So Dacey next to the line. He has invalidated. So now it's up to the two Mercedes. James will be first and then his teammate B Ford. And I think that might just be them all over the line then. James to the line was P14. Puts himself up to P12. What about B Ford though? Can he extend his advantage? Has he chosen not to there, or is he, what's that all about? Someone's done a Rosberg. Who's done a Rosberg? We can't tell. Someone who's DNF has done a Rosberg and sent it down the skate road. Here comes Lewis. Stays P15. Lorne is invalid. Yanni is invalid. And that means, unless Drazzy's still flying, which he's not because he's also invalid, qualifying is complete, and it is Mr. B Ford on pole. Drazzy got awfully close. Just 1/10 away in the end there. But it was not enough. B Ford, P1, pole position. It's 1:08.2 the pole time here for the Monaco Grand Prix. And that could be one of the most important qualifying sessions of the season. We say it every time we come to Monaco because it's always true. Unless it's going to rain, it's probably going to be a pretty boring procession. We might get a few safety cars as well though. I expect to see plenty of people stack it in a barrier, especially early on with the heavy fuel. There you are then, qualifying results. It's B Ford on pole, then Drazzy, Celtic, Smates, P5, Pez on a medium tyre. That's very impressive from him. To only be a second down on a harder compound here. P5, Dacey P6, then it's D-Money, Westerns, Tommy Real, Yanni, Poob, James, Lorne, Lucky Lambert and Lewis, P15 rounding out the grid. Alright, we're going to have about a 5-minute delay it normally is. Allow the drivers to make a quick pit stop, get themselves ready and prepped for lights out in a few moments time for the Monaco Grand Prix. It's going to be a test of survival, isn't it? Let's be real. Get to the finish and you're probably going to have a good result. Only 15 starters. I reckon we'll have, what, maybe 10 finishers, maybe less for this one. We'll see. Plenty of safety cars, I should imagine. I'll check in a second actually what the safety car setting is on. See if it's on reduced standard or increased. Where is it? Simulation settings? Nope. Rules and flags, that's where it'll be. It is increased, so yeah, we're having some safety cars. Let's just put it that way. There is no way we do not get a safety car. Oh, that is mighty interesting. All 5 drivers outside the top 10, all drivers with a free choice tyre, opting for the hards at the moment. Really, that is very interesting. I wouldn't. Not at the start of a Monaco Grand Prix full of fuel. The last thing I'd want is the pains of using the worst tyre compound known to man. The hard compound tyre. Most tracks, it's just horrible to drive. And I should imagine Monaco, of all circuits, is one of them. But all five of those drivers still fitted with a hard tyre. Oh, as I say that, never mind. Lorne and Lewis have swapped to a medium tyre. Pez, I'm eating, it's actually Star Mix today. Not Tangfastics. I wish I had Tangfastics. Star Mix is just like the peasant version of Haribo, isn't it, really? For the ones we get here in the UK, Tangfastic is the best. That's just a fact, and anyone who disagrees with me, meet me around the back of Tesco's in 5 minutes and we'll scrap it out. Then we got, what? Probably the Super Mix. That's like P2, you know. Decent second place. Then probably the Giant Straubs. That's like third, and then Star Mix fourth. And that's about all we get for Haribo here. It's quite depressing, really. If you go to, like, into Europe, they have so many more flavours. Especially in Germany. I've been to Germany, and they'll just be like, you go to a supermarket, and there's just an aisle full of Haribo, and it's quite an event going there. I loved it. Back to Formula 1. James has opted for a soft tyre outside of the top 10. This is the interesting bit of this, you know, little section now. It's kind of, what are those guys outside the top 10 doing? Poop's still on the hard. Lucky Lambert's still on the hard. Lorne and Lewis have gone for the medium. James has gone for a soft. Daisy saying the Giant Straubs are goated. Yeah, I will accept that. I do love a good pack of the Giant Straubs. The only problem I got is that's all, like, the whole packet is just one thing. And that gets a bit boring after a while. So, you know, that is how it is. Instance. Look at that. Empty incidents section. Enjoy it while it lasts. I give it about, 10 seconds into the Grand Prix before we get something come up in there. It'll be full by the end of it. There we go then. We've got the green flag from race control. And we're going to go racing in 20 seconds time. We're actually not. We've got a formation lap first. And drivers, don't go racing on the formation lap. You're just going to have a crash. And then have to start with cold tyres. And that's just going to suck for you. So, you know. Sorry, I just smacked a glass on my mic because, you know, why not, I guess. Wah. There we go then. Let's get the formation lap underway. B Ford leads them off the line. It's Drazzy P2, Celtic, Smates, Pez, Daisy, D Money, Westons, Tommy Real, Yanni, Poob, James, Lorne, Lambert, and Lewis, who will round out the grid in P15. It's a tiny run to the first corner here. So not much opportunity for Drazzy to have a go. But if B Ford is slow off the line, you know, Drazzy might, he's on the outside, isn't he? Pole position gets the inside at Monaco. Which is like pain. At least give us some action. But yeah, Drazzy will need to get an exceptional start. And there is the graphic powered by AWS. A really shit graphic. Well, that's what most of their graphics are anyway. The tyre wear one you get in real life always cracks me up. Like, what? 10% tyre performance left from Verstappen. Yeah, that explains why he's pulling away from Lewis. Good job. Yeah, predicting the one-stop strategy. Either soft to medium, soft to hards. Those starting on the mediums, expect them to go medium soft. And those starting on the hards go hard soft. Here's saying they get stuck in your teeth. That's the only downside. I assume you're talking about the Giant Straubs. Yep, that is very true. It was worse when I had braces. Then they were just pain to eat, but I don't anymore, so we're all good now. Anyway, I said we're going to stop talking about Haribo because we're here for the Monaco Grand Prix. Although sometimes you do wonder if Haribo might be more interesting. D-Money, I know Monaco's a tricky circuit, but you can't just leave like that. Jeez, do I have him? Let's try and get him in real quick before the grid reforms. I will abort this if needs be. D-Money, 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 D-Money. Get back in the session right now, you silly, silly goose. Heck. Okay. Lewis pulls into his grid stop then, and we wait for the lights to go out for the Monaco Grand Prix. 5 lights on ahead of the drivers, and we are racing on the streets of Monaco, and it looks like B Ford has done enough off the line, pulls away cleanly. Celtic got a great start already at the inside of Drazzy and passes him through the first corner. We've got multiple cars having to cut the first turn in order to not make contact with B Ford, who leads. Drazzy P3, Celtic P2. We've got the McLaren of Pez side by side there with the Red Bull of Dacey in the background. It looks like Dacey's just ahead on this one, but it's Pez who's got the inside into Mirabeau. A little bit of contact there, a little bit of touching, always inevitable here on the tight streets of Monaco. Dacey, though, with the inside, should be able to get ahead of Pez, and does so. That's Pez down into P6, Dacey up to P5 off the start. Good stuff for the Red Bull. They all seem to have get through somewhat cleanly. As D-Money's ghosted car falls back through the order. Pez back ahead of Dacey now as they go racing down towards the Nouvelle chicane. Pez weaving like a madman. Not really sure what that was all about, but it is Dacey who is now chasing the McLaren on the medium tyre. We've got Lorne ahead of D-Money. His ghosted car still being passed by everyone else, but it's B Ford who nailed the start, did exactly what he needed to do. He's away clean and leading in the first lap at Monaco. That was a nice bit of shouting. Celtic in P2. B Ford 1:16.0, fastest lap of the race. That's because it was the first lap of the race. Always sets fast lap on the first lap. Timing tower, are you going to bug out for me or not? It's weird, it seems to be working at the end of the first lap as B Ford has gone wide. That's going to allow Celtic the chance round the outside, side by side now as they drop into Mirabeau. Very, very tight. B Ford again gets loose, and he somehow has just managed to hang on to the race lead. Ooh, B Ford. Not often we see him making mistakes like that, but he's very nearly lost the lead there as Lewis now clears the ghost of D-Money, who is now dead last in this race. But B Ford, did he just go deep at Massenet? That's what I would assume has happened. Yeah, Celtic almost found himself leading the Grand Prix. If D-Money joins back into the session, hopefully he can take control of his car. He may be last now, but at least he's still in this race. And of course, there is a long way to go. 39 laps here in Monaco, and that's a touch of the barriers for Celtic. As Dacey, I think he may have had a bigger touch of the barriers. He spun it going into that chicane. He's dropped that coming out of the high-speed one, and now has dropped down the order. And he's down to P15. Had a good battle with Pez early on, was running in P6. But he's now down to P15, lost 9 places from that spin as we enter lap 3, and DRS has been enabled. Not that it's much help here for the overtaking. As B Ford this time successfully navigates the opening few corners and continues to extend his advantage. Timing tower has now decided to fuck up on me and not give me any gaps. So we've got no idea what the intervals are. Again, it's Monaco, I don't think it really is going to make a difference. Pez got good pace on his mediums early on, sticking with the front 4. Weston's dropping back there. There's sort of 2 trains has sort of formed here, haven't they? It's Maitland already picking up a time penalty. Just keep it on the track, Maitland. That's all we asked of you. Honestly, what are you playing? Expected so much better. Ford crosses the line at the end of lap 3, leads by 0.7 of a second. Celtic hanging on nicely early on here. contact. Smate and Daisy touch, and that is the... Yeah, nice. I was looking down at my screen and I just caught the end of that, and yeah, that is Smate with wing damage. Daisy looks like he's going to continue on here. Has he maybe got damage as well? Daisy picking up a 3-second time penalty there. Yeah, it was inevitable, wasn't it? We needed something interesting to happen in this race, and there it was. Thank you to Pez for informing me that my mic was muted, by the way. Muchas gracias. Don't know how long that was for, hopefully not too long. Oh, hello. Thorns in the barriers. Oh, it's quite far down the straight there to hit the barrier. That's, yeah, surprising. And I'll limp that one back to pit lane, but his race has been ruined then. He'll be hoping for a safety car to get him back in contention, as he's about to be lapped as well. Through goes Pez. B Ford will surely follow, as will Celtic and potentially Drazzy as well, his teammate. That's the worst thing, being lapped by your teammate. Horrible feeling. And he's chosen to retire from the session. Knows he's a lap down and that a safety car probably won't save him now. And so has called it quits on this one, down to 13 runners. More yellows. I think that's just Lawn coming out of pits. I don't know why, when you retire the car, that retired car will still drive out onto the circuit light. Just have it disappear in the pit lane. It's just annoying. Unreal. It looks faster than the Red Bull ahead of him. We'll be looking to get that move done as soon as possible. But that is so much easier said than done here at Monaco. I mean, where do you pass? Where do you send it? Right here, he's going to be too far back at the Nouvelle chicane. Braking zone's not long enough, corner's too tight. Won't be able to have a go here. You just don't get overtakes done. That's just how it is. And it sucks, but, you know, we have to deal with it. And James loses a place to Weston's because he's had an off at the Nouvelle chicane. Spun the car around there, didn't he? Probably turned in a bit too early, clipped the rear wheel on the inside wall, spun the car around. That's him down to P10, behind Weston's now. Weston's picks up a 3-second time penalty. Look how close Tommy Rill is to the back of Dacey's, within 0.2 of the Red Bull. What's the tyre difference on them? 6 lap old mediums to 15 lap old hards. So you would definitely expect the Ferrari to be quicker. Is he going to be close enough here this time to have it go into the Nouvelle chicane? Surely he is. Go on, down the inside. He'll go late on the brakes. Should get this one done. Clip of the inside wall. They just leave each other enough space as well, which is nice. And it's Tommy Rill who gets the drivers now. He rivets back. Oh, don't go side by side now. Someone back out. Someone back out. You're going to have a crash. How have you not crashed? You're actually a miracle. Oh, never mind. Spoke too soon. Spoke too soon. Commentator's curse. Does it again. Dacey. Oh, nice tap of ball from Tommy as well. Just saying hi to the fans. I don't know if either of them got damage off of that, but they did indeed make contact. I was just about to praise him, I was like, oh wow, they've actually gone through that sequence of corners, side by side, and not touched. And then they did touch, so there you are. Helmut Marko wouldn't be too happy with that one, that is for sure. Up to Yanni now to have a go on Daisy. Going to be too far back unless there's a mistake through Portier for Daisy, which there wasn't really, or a major one. Drazzy, 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Boxes for a new wing, also picks up a penalty. And that is Drazzy's afternoon taking a big turn for the worse. Are you going to come out ahead of Tommy Real? I don't think he will. That's unfortunately going to put him behind Daisy and Yanni as well, you would expect. And it has done. He'll come out P7. On medium tyres to the end of the race. B Ford, 3 seconds away from the race leader, Pez, who is yet to make his pit stop. Pez still on the medium tyres that he started this Grand Prix on. In hot pursuit of Daisy in front of him. He's closing up that gap as best he can, but he's not going to be close enough to pass on this occasion. And Tommy Real ahead has just pulled away from them. He got that move done, and yeah, like I say, he's just driven away into the distance, and that is what Yanni will be hoping he can do, but he's not done it as of yet. Other close battles on track is Poob and Weston's. There's D-Money and James, as Weston's looks to close up to the Ferrari ahead. The DRS here is going to be close enough into turn 1. The pit straight's just not long enough. It's got DRS, but it's just still not quite long enough. It'd be nice if we could get like a DRS zone through the tunnel. I think this FIA will go. No, it's too bumpy. Oh, Weston's thought about it there on the inside, didn't he? A little look, chooses not to go for it. But yeah, it would be nice if we got one through the tunnel, but the FIA will be like, nah. Too dangerous. The corner in there, they decide it's probably too much of a corner with the bumps through there as well. There's every chance. Without the rear downforce through there, that imbalance that it would create, you would be looking at a few crashes. As nice drift there, Mr. Westons. Tommy Real picks up a 3-second time penalty. Check. Oh, that's a nice exit from Weston's. Not going to be enough to have a go into the back, because you're not going to send one through there, are you? Would just be asking for death. Let's have a look at the penalties. So everybody who has the little icon next to their name has got a 3-second penalty, other than Drazzy, who has 5 seconds, Weston's, who has 9, and Smates, who's got 12. Mates, keep it on the friggin' track, mate. Honestly. What are you playing at? Tyres for you. Only guy yet to stop is the race leader, Pez. Leads by 1 second ahead of P4. Be interesting to see what Pez's pace is like once he has stopped. I expect him in not too far away from now, I would say. Next sort of 7 laps. Expect to see him in. Smates, stop with the penalties. Come on, that's like 15 seconds now. Jeez. You ought to be doing better than that, surely. Pez coming under plenty of pressure from the car behind. Boob's just gotten ahead of Weston's. The Ferrari driver has done it. He's through and up into 8th place. Weston's with a good launch though as they run towards Mirabeau. looked at the inside but was just too far back, although the Ferrari has left about a car's width on the inside there. And Weston's just thought about having a go, but he's not able to do so. He's all over the back of the Ferrari here, is Weston's, and he may well be looking to get a good run off Portier and have a go at getting straight back at the Ferrari now. He hits the overtake button. We'll have the slipstream as they now run up towards the Nouvelle chicane. But you can just see him there short shifting and dropping back from the Ferrari. Interesting, I thought he'd be a bit more aggressive there, really try and go for it. B Ford, that far behind the McLaren ahead of him. Pez, well, he's doing what he's got to do now, isn't he? He's just holding up the Mercedes. Has boxed and is now tumbling down the order. He's going for a fresh set of mediums and a new nose cone because he needs one. You know, it's Monaco. What are you going to do? Drive with that front wing? Yeah. Good luck. Side-by-side action, Smates on the inside, James on the outside. Again, someone please back out, and it was James who does. Smates up in a P9, now ahead of James. Nicely done. Can B Ford replicate that and get himself through on the car he is chasing? He doesn't have to, obviously, and B Ford knows that. He doesn't want to take any unnecessary risks because Pez is going to pit anyway. He's going to get out of the way. And he'll do that in the next 5 laps or so. Where's Pez going to come out then? Let's have a look. Let's check. Gap to leader is what we want. P3 I'd say. He can probably get out ahead of Tommy Real. I'd say a 24-second gap is enough. He'll come up behind B Ford and Celtic. And it'll be up to him then with the laps remaining to push on, close down that gap and see what he can do. How close B Ford is though as they arrive at Mirabeau. Is he going to look to go down the inside? Nope, he's smart, he's got a brain, knows, like I said, don't risk anything, no need to. He's not losing out massively to Celtic. He is losing time to him, but he's got enough of a buffer that it won't be relevant to him, and Celtic's got a time penalty anyway. Money on the back of James, evidently. Half a second is the gap there. D-Money on the mediums, as is James. We'll see if B Ford can put himself, D-Money can put himself up into points paying positions. Only 1 point, but D-Money with his disconnect right at the start of this Grand Prix, I'm sure he'll be happy just to bring home a point or something from this race. Close to Mercedes is as they run up the hill towards Massenet. B Ford, does he think about it here? Oh, look! Oh, contact! Pez is around. B Ford drifting, sliding. Is that going to be wing damage for him? There was contact. B Ford stuck his nose in a gap. And he's going to wait up here. Surely, I think he's going to let Pez back through because he knows that wasn't fair. He just stuck his nose into a gap. And, that was that. Pez, if he's got wing damage, that's going to cost him big time in the pits, and crucially, that could be Celtic winning this Grand Prix. B Ford, I know he's slowed down. I know he's sort of let Pez go and he's given up a position to Celtic. Will the stewards still decide to penalise? I would. I'd still get involved and give a penalty. Yeah. I mean, we'll see. The stewards probably a little bit nicer than I am. They might let B Ford go on that one, which would put him still in the provisional race lead. yeah, is Pez going to box? No, so evidently does not have wing damage or nothing significant enough. He wants to box, but that could be crucial because Pez, I reckon he could have got Celtic in this race. I reckon he would have put on some softs, had lightning pace, caught and passed him. Here you go, here's side by side again, and this time I think Pez decides he's not going to risk it. He's just going to get out of it. Let's B Ford go. And yeah, Pez, it's not what he wanted. I think he may well have some damage from it because he's already dropped to 1.2 seconds back. Yeah, he needs to box now, surely. But yeah, I was saying B Ford don't take any risks, and what did he do? He stuck his nose in a gap and well, gave us some entertainment. So to be fair, B Ford, thank you for that. We absolutely love to see it. Thing is, it's P10. He's in the points paying position. Nice. Still looking to pass James though for P9. It's probably going to put Pez, and it will put Pez now behind Tomaril and potentially Dacey as well. That's big for Pez's race. Cost him so much. And let's see, does he need to take a new wing? He does, look, that's giving him wing damage. Soft tyres going on to the McLaren. He's going to drop down behind Tomaril. Will he drop behind Dacey as well? That is now the question. I think he is going to here, and that could be bad because then he dropped behind Drazi and Yanni as well, most likely. The McLaren coming to the pit exit now. Where is that McLaren? Still on the pit exit, and yeah, look at that. He's going to come out in P7. Or is he? Maybe even P6. It is P6. Just gets out ahead of Yanni. One less overtake for him to make, but he's now got to pass Drazi. Oh, don't touch the barriers already, Pez. You just put a new front wing on. Only a minor touch. Should be okay. He's got to do Drazi and Dacey, and then see if he can catch up to Tomaril. I think that might be too much of an aftermath for him. Poob's in the barriers. No, he's not. He's in the pit lane. Never mind. Don't get too excited. Down to 12 runners now. Pez instantly puts the move on Drazi. Not expecting him to get it done that fast. Wait, do that out of Portier. Lovely stuff there from Big Pez. B Ford already onto the back of Celtic. He's done it already. Pez, I look away for 1 second and you just drive past people. Can you just calm down a bit, please? Jeez. Unbelievable. Dacey, he's been on those hard since like the start, hasn't he? He had to box really early. Yeah, he has. They're very worn hard tyres. He's got a car looking maybe? Nope. Someone gone off. Oh, that's poop, isn't it? Yeah. Cool. Pez with a massive tyre advantage right now. He's going to set the fastest lap, surely. And he is now maybe got enough time to try and close up that gap to Tomaril ahead. And you can literally look at the timing tower. You can see that gap coming down every time it updates. It's 11.7, 11.6, 11.5. He's just got such good pace in that McLaren. Drazi picks up a time penalty. Money's left the session again. Pain. B Ford all over the back of Celtic. And I don't know, normally I'd say B Ford's not going to take any risks because Celtic's got a penalty ahead of him. B Ford might be fearing that he might have a penalty coming his way for the instance of Pez. He might let himself off the hook because he slowed down so much to let Pez go back past. But yeah, we'll see. Nice corner cut there for the Mercedes. Excellent work. Just 0.3 of a second is the gap. Any mistake here from Celtic and B Ford is through. That is for certain. Pez continues to close up to Tom Morello ahead. That gap now down to 9.9 seconds. He's got how many laps? 8 laps, including this one, to bring that down and then try and pass the Ferrari, but he doesn't have to because Tom Morello has got a penalty. How big is that penalty? 3 seconds. We've just got to get to within 3 seconds and the place will be his. Two battles on track then. It's Celtic versus B Ford and the other one, Dacey versus Drazzy. Drazzy going to get a good launch here. Going to hit the battery. He's got no battery left. Doesn't matter though, because he's going to be close enough to surely try something into the Noodle chicane. Going to have to do the long way around the outside. That's never going to work for you. Going to get the switchback though. Might get a good launch here and have a go down the inside towards the back. Again, he's thinking smart nose, but that would be stupid, and therefore chooses not to. B Ford still behind Celtic because that's what Monaco's all about. Now with some DRS. What he needs to do here is just try and save some battery for a few laps, because he's just not got enough. And how much battery? I mean, to be fair, Dacey's in a similar state, both without any battery really. Yanni behind, also no battery. Makes no battery. If I stop looking at the steering wheel, I can just bring up this one here. Look, hardly anyone's got any battery. Look, Drazzy on Dacey. Gets it done into Mirabeau. Surely a mistake there for Dacey coming out of Casino Square, and it's allowed Drazzy up the inside through Mirabeau and allowed him up into 5th place. Mates, another time penalty because he just loves a corner cut, evidently. I'm going to look away and there's going to be an overtake again. I know it will happen. I just know it. Mates looking extra fast here. All over the back of Yanni. Close enough though. B Ford, feeling he's not going to do anything silly here with Celtic. He's just going to sit behind. If they make a mistake, then he'll go for it. But otherwise, I think he's quite comfortable just sat there and winning it on penalties. Let's quickly check. Does B Ford have any warnings? Has he been a naughty boy with the track limits at any point? He has got 3. One of them will be for contact with Pez though, so it's probably only 2. Don't cut any corners, B Ford. No pressure. Oh, a bit of a drift we saw from someone there. Thought we'd switch over because B Ford got to like 2 tenths away. But that's just because he just had the DRS. Poor exit for the Red Bull there. Here comes Yanni, going to go to the outside for the first corner. Can he get one done? That's a squeeze. Still hanging on in there. Oh, touch of the barriers. And oh, Smates gets involved. And there's more touching of the barriers, because we love a good touch of the barriers at Monaco. I don't know who's got damage, who's got what from that. But it is Dacey who's maintained position. Smates up to P7. Yanni down to P8. Good launch off the corner though for Smates. Oh, lovely bit of touching once again. Smates surely gets this done now with the inside line. Puts himself ahead of the Red Bull. Now the AlphaTauri looks to the inside. Can't get it done. Smates up to P6. He's made up 2 places in 1 sector. Lovely stuff there for the Williams driver. B4's like, oh, he's going to go for it now. Look, surely he's having a look. Can't get it done on that one. Pez picks up a time penalty. That could be crucial. Might cost him in his fight with Tommy Real. B4 looking to try and do it on track. It's put himself ahead of Celtic, but just not able to get it done. Not taking too many major risks, perhaps a bit, he remembers the contact that he had with Pez, and he knows he doesn't want to have a repeat of that with Celtic. He has got the pace here, Beeford, that is for sure. He has definitely got the pace to do it on track. It's just whether he can make one of the overtaking opportunities work for him, as rare as they are. When one comes up, you've just got to be there to pounce on it. And on Dacey, Yanni past Dacey. And into P7. Dacey down to P8. B-Ford once again. A lap 37 to 39 here, and B-Ford all over the back of the AlphaTauri, but he's just not close enough to actually get the move done. It's like watching Hamilton chase down Gasly in the real Monaco Grand Prix. He's got the pace, he's just nowhere to get it done. He's just stuck behind him. Of course, he is quite fortunate in this situation though, that Celtic has got a time penalty. B-Ford does not, and therefore, as it stands, B-Ford would take the win, although again, post-race penalty could still come his way for the contact with Pez. We'll see how the stewards feel about that one. Dacey pits. Gonna finally come off that set of hard tyres. Weston's being lapped. He's changed his front wing as well though, hasn't he? He's gonna come up behind James here. And Lucky Lambert, he might drop down 2 places here, and he is going to. As the Mercedes and the McLaren fly past, that's Dacey now down to P10, which I would imagine will be his final finishing position. B-Ford continuing to pile on, as he's piling on all the pressure he can. He is really doing everything in his power to get this one done here as we start the penultimate lap of the Monaco Grand Prix. No way past the AlphaTauri for the time being. Yanni picks up 3-second time penalty. And guess what? And this is crucial. B-Ford has done the same. He's exceeded track limits. The 3rd time, he's got a time penalty. Oh, he's dropped the back end. He's got a 2nd one. B-Ford first picked up a penalty and then nearly crashed out of the Grand Prix. He won't lose out because of that 2nd penalty. It does mean that even if he does pass Celtic on track here, it won't matter. Because I do believe Celtic, and I am right in saying, only has 1 penalty. B-Ford, he'd been clean all race, and then lap 38, it just all went pear-shaped for him. Yellow flags on the main straight, no idea why. Standard stuff here at Monaco. Pez will be unhappy because he has closed right up to the... Oh, Tommy Reel's let him go. What's gone on for Tommy Reel? He's out of fuel, that's what's gone on. People have underfueled for Monaco, thinking, oh, we'll get safety cars. We've not had a safety car, and it's thrown people off. It's more particularly Tommy Reel. He's out of fuel. Pez, P3, he's going to be on the podium. B-Ford, oh, he's going for it on the final lap here. You don't need to do that, B-Ford. You've lost it. You picked up 6 seconds in penalties now anyway. B-Ford having a look on the final lap, but he's not going to be able to get it done. And surely now Celtic, just with a couple more corners to go, B-Ford practically pushing him into Raskas, and he is pushing him into the barrier there. Why is Celtic ghosted? I don't know. Doesn't matter. He's going to drive off the final corner, run up to the line. It's Celtic who wins the Monaco Grand Prix. They crossed the line side by side. It's B-Ford in P2. He finishes 3 seconds behind after the penalty. AMS Pez is going to cross the line for P3. He'll wonder what the race could have been had he not had that contact with B-Ford, finishing 10 seconds off the Mercedes in the end. And Tommy Reel out of fuel, but I think he may well... Or is he going to hold on here? What kind of a launch will Drazzy get on the run to the line? Is it going to be enough to catch the Ferrari ahead? It's going to be a drag race to the line, and it's one that is won by Drazzy. Doesn't matter on penalties though. Drazzy with his 5-second puts Tom Real back ahead of him. Aye, aye, aye. Tom Real just clings on to P4. Snake P6 on track, but he had a lot of penalties. Drops down to P7. Yanni P6. And then it's James and Lucky Lambert we're waiting on now to get to the line. It looks like James will hold off on this one. Is James out of fuel as well? Was that why we had a yellow flag there? No? Lambert's out of fuel. That's why we had the yellow flags. Lambert, who was hunting down James, don't matter, is out of fuel, crosses the line, and then it's just Dacey who will come home for P10. Boom, Monaco Grand Prix. Completed it, mate. Driver of the day, Tommy Real. Fair enough. My driver of the day is the race winner, Celtic. Good job, sir. Kept it clean. And he won the race. Not really much more to say. Excellent work. There are your final standings then for the Monaco Grand Prix. It's Celtic who wins from B4, from Pez, from Tomaril, from Drazzy, from Yanni, from Smates, from James, from Lucky Lambert, and Dacey P10 to round out the points paying positions. Then it's Weston's, D-Money, Poob Lawn, and I think that is Lewis 15th and last. That's going to do it then for us here in Monaco. We'll be back next week for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. It's a fan favourite, that one. Expect plenty of drama. Maybe CSR Skills joins me. Maybe he doesn't. He's got an excuse every week. This week we'll let him off. He did have to work. Next week it'll probably be, I don't know, annual trip to the Donkey Sanctuary or building homes for orphans in Asia. Something like that. I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to finish my Haribo now. We'll see you next time.